Hello. In my last video, I spoke about our inner realm, the realm of mind, as Antarvana, which literally means the inner forest. And in today's, we'll look at how to get friends with it so we really understand how to live from within. The phrase mind is a forest is to describe the mind's complex and often chaotic nature to a forest sometimes, with its tangled thoughts and memories as its branches, trees, roots, canopies, all the landscape. But this is only so when we are not being sensitive and loving about how we keep this internal world. And that awareness comes only when we are in regular touch with how we really live from internally, how we really keep our mind. So in today's video, we'll look at one practical way to go about it. If you're in any kind of daily practice where you're not doing the usual stuff, your daily chores, your routines, your school, work, and social engagement, then that's a great start. So this is a time where you're not supposed to be doing anything in particular, but you're just sitting with yourself, where you're not zoned out, but tuned in, where you're tuned into your inner realm. Just witnessing what kind of thoughts, feelings, memories that you might be harboring. Notice if there is a general feeling of love or fear, peace or restlessness. Is there a sense of goodwill and well-wishing for every being on this planet? Or is there a sense of certain hatredness or hostility towards some? Is there a good and decent feeling about yourself? Or is there something negative? A negative self-image, a harsh self-critical thought, or just a lousy, insecure sense of self? Because these are the things that make up the quality of our mind. They have the potential to turn the mind into a beautiful, flourishing sanctuary where you can retreat into whenever you feel like in order to rest, recharge, draw creativity and inspiration from. Or on the flip end of it, it may turn it into a wild and thorny forest, often making you feel helpless and in pain, having to figure it out all by yourself. So when you sit down to do this practice, it's really important to remember to not change or judge any of the content that you might see in your mind. You are supposed to be just noticing it, just witnessing it as it is. Because half the time we are usually trying to run away from these contents of the mind, right? Either by staying busy, distracting ourselves from the heaviness and the darkness of it all, or by depending on something as an extreme attachment, or what's even worse, we may even tell ourselves, okay, this is just my life. This is just who I am. I have to just deal with it. But that's really not so. Our minds are really the biggest gift that humanity has ever received. We're really born to flourish. It's just that we may have not used the proper user instruction manual for it, but now deciding to take a closer look at it itself is the biggest thing that you can do for yourself. So honor that and honor yourself for doing that. When we fully notice and witness our thoughts without any resistance, the mind automatically puts them to rest. And if you're lucky, at some point your mind itself may be put to rest. And then you enter the zone of what the yogis and monks call the state of no mind, but that's for another video. If at times merely witnessing the content of your thought, especially if it's challenging, feels difficult and heavy, what you can do is with every inhale that you take, you may imagine bright sunlight pouring down onto your body and mind through your breath and really shedding a lot of light into those difficult contents of the mind, slowly dissolving it in time. And you'll see that with time, when you continue to do it until it settles down, it will really settle down. When you do this practice regularly, we develop mindfulness. And you'll see that even at a time when you're not doing this practice intentionally, it will become an automatic process for you to first notice whenever the mind is going in that unhelpful thinking or feeling pattern. You will automatically catch hold of it immediately and steer it back in the right direction. And this is how we see that mind is actually our greatest friend.